Sonic Cinematic Universe. X Sonic Boom. Chapter 1 First Meetings.
Sonic, come quick!
Before Tails could finish his sentence, Sonic the Hedgehog came running into his workshop.
What took you so long?
I was eating. Mad Burger is having a 2 for $6 special on their burgers.
Doesn't it normally cost 5 for 2?
Yeah,
Tails blinked, tempted to point out that Sonic and probably the entire village was being scammed. But there was more pressing matters at hand. He turned to his computer monitor, which had a map of the island pulled up.
Anyways, I had been working on a device that would allow us to travel to other dimensions, like that time that other Knuckles came here.
I'm sensing a butt coming.
But while I was testing it out there, something went wrong, and now the machine is broken and I'm picking up strange signals on 3 different areas of the island.
Sonic glanced at the machine that Tails had been working on. It was smoking still, but nothing seemed wrong. He ran up to it and almost laughed.
Buddy, was this supposed to be plugged into anything?
The face of shock and embarrassment on Tails' face was priceless.
Okay, name your price.
My price to stay quiet about this, huh? I'll think of something. Until then, feel free to try and suck up to me to lessen your fate. So, what is it you need from me, dearest little buddy?
Sonic teased with a cocky grin. Tails growled quietly.
I need you to head up to the mountains to investigate the signals I'm getting from up there. I already sent Knuckles to the beach on the other side of the island.
Alone?
Alone. Amy is out playing that puppy game with Dr. Eggman, and Sticks is being Sticks. I will be going to Buddy Buddy Temple where the 3rd signal is coming from.
Alright, sounds like it could be fun.
Sonic ran off, returning with a thick coat and snow goggles equipped.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
And with that, he ran off.
And he forgot that he could have just used the Blue Force 1 to drive there.
Tails sighed, taking a quick glance at his map before closing his computer and taking off for Buddy Buddy Temple.
Not seeing anything that looks like a weird signal. Then again, in movies, usually the adventurer monologues a bit before finding clues. Hey, footprints!
Sonic noticed very small footprints in the snow, like really small.
Hey, Tails, any luck yet?
Sonic got no response.
Tails, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sonic felt as though he had never moved as fast as he did in that moment, turning around to look at whoever just spoke behind him.
Down here.
Sonic looked down and saw a tiny ball of yellow fluff. No wait, that was a 2-tailed fox kit.
You, have 2 tails.
He noticed the kit begin fidgeting with his fingers.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I have a friend that has 2 tails too.
He said quickly, relieved to see the kit go from nervous to interested.
Really?
Yeah, and he's a fox too.
He grinned and looked around, remembering the potentially dangerous signal he was supposed to be looking for.
Say kid, you see anything or anyone else around here?
No. I'm looking for my brothers. I can't find them anywhere.
The kit's ears dropped sadly. Sonic couldn't help but find this kit so adorable and fluffy, a double threat indeed.
Can you help me find them, mister? Please?
Kneeling down, Sonic scooped the fox kit up.
I guess I could help you out. And if I don't, I'm pretty sure I'll get a hammer to the back of my head later.
The thought of Amy's wrath after finding out he abandoned a literal child on a snowy mountain made him shudder in utter terror.
Thank you.
The fox kit shifted a bit, taking off a backpack Sonic just noticed he had. Sonic caught a glimpse inside the backpack and gulped nervously.
That's a lot of toys you got there.
Oh, these aren't toys. They're my inventions.
The kit whipped out a funny-looking gun to show off, accidentally firing it. Sonic's quills raised in alarm as the poor tree the gun shot blew up.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. But maybe you shouldn't be playing around with that.
Sonic carefully took the gun away, tucking it away in his quills for safekeeping.
Aha! Here it is. I should be able to track their energy signals with this.
The kit took out a tiny device. Sonic could have sworn he heard the kit mumble something about hoping his brothers didn't need to use their powers.
Well, when we get down to the village, we'll start looking. Come here. Can't have you freezing or getting left behind.
He unzipped his coat and tucked the kid in, his little head sticking out under his chin.
You comfy?
Is it?
Good. Now hold on tight, we're going to be going fast.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Knuckles spoke to himself as he came to a spot. He knew he was on this side of the island for a reason, but what that reason was, he couldn't remember. He knew Tails sent him for something. He stared out into the ocean.
Hey, what are we looking at?
He looked down and saw a little blue hoglet, mimicking his previous motion.
I don't know. I think I'm here to look for something.
The hoglet looked him up and down, then snapped his fingers as an idea came to his head. He opened the cooler and pulled out some grape juice.
Here, maybe you're too thirsty to remember.
Knuckles grinned and gladly accepted the juice. He drank it all practically in one big gulp.
Thanks, kid. That was great.
He tried to think, but he was still head empty.
Oh, man. I still can't remember why I'm here. Hey, what's that shiny thing?
His train of thought quickly shifted as he saw a pretty shiny green thing in the cooler and sat on top of it.
What shiny thing?
The hoglet tried to play it off.
Wait, there's a shiny thing.
Knuckles asked as he almost immediately forgot about the thing in the cooler.
Nope. Nothing shiny here, but we were trying to figure out why you're here.
Oh, yeah. Well, why are you here?
The hoglet rubbed his chin as he thought.
Oh, I was playing hide and seek with my brothers when I ended up here. Of all days for me to not have my rings on me.
Knuckles did his best to absorb the information he had gotten. To his credit, he got most of it.
And my phone has no signal, so I can't even call Mom or Dad.
The hoglet took out a small device from his quills, looking at it with disappointment.
Oh, I know someone really smart. Maybe he can help with that. I'm more of a punching guy, not a smart guy.
That sounds perfect. Come on, lead the way. The adventure of Sonic and his new friend.
The hoglet looked up at him.
What's your name?
Me and Knuckles.
He watched the hoglet look at him weird, but after a quick head shake, he returned to his previous demeanor.
The adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and his new friend Knuckles on their quest to find Sonic's brothers and Knuckles' friend begins now. Whoa, hey.
The hoglet was very quick to complain when Knuckles casually picked him up.
Sorry it's just you're so tiny. And you kinda remind me of one of my friends. He's blue and called Sonic too.
Whoa, really? Must be a big fan of me then.
Knuckles picked up the cooler and held it in one arm while he let the hoglet get comfortable on his head, grabbing his quills like reins on a horse.
Onward! Adventure awaits.
Yeah.
Fascinating. The energy signals looked like they died down, except for this one.
Tails thought aloud as he stood in front of the temple doors to the Buddy Buddy Temple. Whatever was causing the strange signals to show up was inside. Taking a deep breath, he stepped inside, yelping as the door closed almost immediately, and a trap shot out and tangled him up in netting.
Well, it could be worse.
He said as he collapsed to the ground. The universe, feeling humorous, decided that things indeed could be worse. Tails sighed as the ground gave way and crumbled beneath him.
And I shouldn't have said anything.
As he began to fall, he couldn't help but scream, part of him not wanting to so whatever was in the temple wouldn't find him, but the other part of him wasn't too keen on falling to his death.
Sonic! Knuckles, Amy, someone help!
He cried out, trying to wriggle himself free so he could fly himself to safety, or so he thought. His fall was abruptly intercepted in a flash of red.
Young Fox, are you all right?
He looked around, panting heavily as he tried to calm down.
Young Fox.
Huh? An echidna? I thought...
He looked around and noticed he was between the wall and this red echidna, who looked young enough to be classified as a puggle.
Clearly you are unwell. Worry not, young Fox. I will get the both of us out of this booby trap-infested dungeon.
Tails blinked. This puggle that looked a lot like Knuckles definitely didn't act like him.
I'm okay, just a little shaken up.
But you were not shaken. You were falling.
Ah, there was stupidity. No, not stupidity, naivety.
Perhaps that fall has you too startled to think clearly.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So, are we going to head out of here, or...?
Ah, right, apologies. You just bear a great resemblance to one of my brothers.
The puggle commented before starting to climb up, maneuvering Tails to be draped over his shoulder. Tails couldn't help but gulp when he saw just how high up they were.
You won't drop me, right?
He asked hesitantly. He got a distracted noise of acknowledgement. He heard his communicator go off, but he couldn't answer it in his current predicament. He just had to hope that whatever it was wasn't something important.
So, why are you here?
I could ask you the same thing, Fox.
I was investigating some abnormal signals after one of my machines malfunctioned. Not my fault, by the way.
I was separated from my brothers and simply appeared in this.
Temple. This is a temple. Buddy Buddy Temple, to be specific. It defies all logic and essentially keeps two individuals trapped inside until they become friends through the temple's trials or perish.
I will not be bested by this temple. I will dishonor this temple.
As if on cue, the wall the Puggle was climbing on began to rumble and crack.
That doesn't sound good.
Tails looked around for any potential saving grace in this situation, but it seemed the Puggle had come up with a solution already. Letting go of the wall, the Puggle jumped away from the crumbling wall and stretched his arms forward. They began to descend, but slowly.
Whoa, what are you doing? I didn't think you could fly.
I am not flying, Fox. I am gliding.
How?
I do not know. It is just one of my many amazing abilities as the most feared warrior in the galaxy.
Tails looked at the Puggle the best he could. He was pretty sure this most feared warrior was smaller than him, and younger than him, which was definitely concerning.
What makes you a warrior? Have you fought people before?
The Puggle chuckled, but didn't elaborate and give an actual response. That made Tails all the more uneasy.
Is that a yes or a no?
Don't worry about it, Fox.
Tails could hear the smirk the Puggle likely had. He smacked his lips and stared down.
We're going to be gliding for a while. Wanna play a game?
Would I have the fun?
Maybe. It's called Truth and a Lie. It won't require any movement other than talking.
The Puggle contemplated this proposal.
How can deceit be fun? Lying does nothing but harm others, and is a dishonorable act.
Tails thought on how he should answer, formulating a delicate response.
Well, you are saying two things that are true, and when the other person guesses, you tell them what was true and what was a lie. It's a bonding thing. Oh, I know. We can do an example round. Let's see. I'm a fox, I am purple, and I have two tails.
You are not purple. That is a lie.
Correct, I'm not purple. That means you get a point, and now if you didn't know before, you now know I'm a fox with two tails.
Interesting. Two tails. I understand this bonding training now.
Good, then it's your turn. You say two truths and one lie.
Very well. The youngest of my brothers hit me with a car. My other brother is a green hedgehog, and I reside with the Lord of Donuts and the Lady of Pretzels.
Tails blinked, trying to figure out what the lie was.
The second one? You don't have a green hedgehog for a brother. He's blue.
That is correct. How did you know?
I also have someone like that. Let me guess. His name is Sonic and he runs fast?
That is also correct. Are you a prophet? An oracle, perhaps?
Well, no. I just know someone that's like that.
I see. Well, it is your turn in this game, Fox.
Oh, right. Let me think.